morning. Happy Monday. Hi guys. Hopefully everybody have a good week. And I already know how Mondays are, so I just wanted to come and wish you guys a good day. So yeah, I'm on my daily walk, of course. Sorry if it's a little loud. I think they're doing like construction or something. But hopefully everybody's doing good and had a good weekend. I had an awesome weekend. I got to catch up on not catch up, I already seen the show, but it's just hilarious to me, so I watch it all the time. I don't know if you guys know, the show is called Insecure. I be cracking up all the time. I watch that show a lot. So I take a break from it and I don't watch it for a while, and then I'll watch it again so I can forget, and then it just makes it funny again all over again, But I freaking love that show. It's hilarious. But that's what I was doing this weekend. But yeah. But that's part of my self-love tour. But I do that. I do have self-love, but that's one of the things I do to be able to bask in my self-love, is just doing things that I love to do and watching my favorite movies or my favorite shows and just doing things that make me happy. And that actually helps me with my confidence and stuff, because I'm actually putting in time for myself, versus doing everything for everybody else, which is okay, but sometimes I need time for myself, and when I do have that time, all it does is just rejuvenates me, and so that's why I think it's important to have practice self-love, for yourself, so you can have that rejuvenation, and not be burned out on everything. Another thing that helped me a lot, especially with adversities and everything like that, or people talking about me or whatever, I know a lot of celebrities probably deal with that, because, well, I'm sure they do, because you got trolls and all this stuff, people trying to bring you down, talk about you, your weight, your image, and all that stuff, right? And I've dealt with that before, a lot, and I'm not even a celebrity like that, and I still have to deal with it, and because I had a lot of haters, but the way that I was able to overcome that is by ignoring it, because I would see a lot of things, people would post stuff on the internet. A lot of my bullying came off the internet, and so I don't know how they were able to do it, but they were, so for an example, there's this guy or this artist or whatever, sometimes I listen to his music, a lot, because I think his music is good. So I would dance to it all the time and stuff, right? And I would get a lot of shit for it, but I'm just okay, he's an artist though, that's stupid. So I'm gonna get shit by dancing off somebody's music, it's stupid. And so I remember it was a year or two ago or something like that. I remember I was dancing to the music or listening to it, and then I got some hate off of it online, so people would I think it was one of his ex-girlfriends. I don't know if it was her, it might just been a troll acting like her, but when I was dancing and stuff to it, it popped up and it was saying it was her, whatever. She's dressed in this black cloak looking thing, and she's it said what does it say? It said stay away from him, or keep away from him, or leave him alone, or pretty much walk away from him, or it was like her face, right? And then under it has some captions, and it was like, stay away from him or something like that. And I was just like, okay, like I'm not even with him, I'm just listening to the music. Like, I would get little things like that. Or like, so like as soon as I would do something, I would see it, and it'd be like, stay away or get away or leave him alone or something like that. And I was just like, whatever. I would get that type of things, remarks and stuff online a lot. And so the way I was able to overcome it, I just ignore it. Like I would see it and I'd just be like, whatever. And I'll just keep being me, because I'm not going to make someone tell me what to do, especially if I'm not doing anything. So I'll see little things like that, but, or they'll just talk about me, or say little comments about like my ethnicity or just my lifestyle in general. They'll talk a lot of crap about me online, but like, I just ignore it like I don't see it. Because I know that's not me, so by me ignoring it, it kind of eliminated it, in a way. And if it was still there, it was just like, I'll just scroll past it like I don't see it, and it doesn't have an effect on my life because I wasn't feeding into the BS, So that's another good way to, especially like if you're a celebrity or something like that, to kind of like ignore the trolls, just know by knowing your self-worth pretty much and having that self-love for yourself, and then nobody really can tell you about yourself or say anything about you that'll actually make you change yourself, or get depressed or feel low as far as like your confidence, So I just ignore it. I just like whatever, and I just keep being me and loving on myself, and it pretty much eliminates it, the negativity, at least. And if it's there, it just won't touch you. But that's kind of like why I meditate a lot, because whenever I meditate, I become one with myself, right? And then I just find solace within me meditating, so whenever I find solace, it's like I still feel calm, regardless of what's going on around me. So I could have like a flat tire or something crazy happen to me, but I still, because I meditate and I love myself so much, or by me just having certain boundaries, it doesn't really affect anything. So it doesn't affect my mood. So if they talk about me and do all this stuff, it still doesn't affect me. So I know they wonder like how I'm still able to do certain things, but that's because I meditate and I go within a lot. And by me doing that and finding solace within that, it kind of balances everything else out. So it doesn't affect me, and I can still pursue my goals, regardless of what they say, And then if you notice, like, in the end, I'm still going to be me, and they're still going to be hating, or they're still going to have that negative mindset towards me or whatever. But at the same time, I'm still growing, because I'm not letting it touch me, right? And so I'm able to progress with all the obstacles and adversities that, they wish upon me, So I just cancel it out by balancing my poles. And the way I balance my poles, which is like my energetic poles, like my mind, body, and soul, by having that balance, by meditating and actually going within, I'm able to balance all my poles, so that way anything that they throw at me, it doesn't touch me or stick, and that's why I'm still able to keep it pushing in the face of adversity, or anything. But I do study the Hermetic philosophy as well, And they stated in the Kybalion, which is a Hermetic philosophy study guide, they mentioned this in there too, as far as balancing out your poles, or having, pretty much they teach you how to polarize yourself on a certain side of a pole, right? So like, instead of being negative and being a lower vibration, or like when people talk about me or anything like that, I can choose which pole I want to be on. So I can choose, by them talking negative about me or doing certain things towards me that is hurtful or harmful, I could choose to let it get to me and vibrate at a lower pole, right? Or I can choose to have a higher mindset and a higher conscious and choose to vibrate on a higher pole, right? And so with me, I always choose to try to vibrate on a higher pole, right? So I kind of like do certain things to keep me high vibing, like maybe I'll dance or sing or watch movies or cook or something, you know, and it actually lifts my vibration. So anything negative that tries to come my way, it doesn't touch me, you know, because I polarize myself on a higher pole than a negative, right? If that makes sense. So I would just do certain things to keep my vibes high, right? And then my poles are balanced anyway because I meditate, and I choose to be at a higher, I would say a higher vibration, pretty much same thing. So that way negativity doesn't really affect the way I think about myself or my goals. You know, I'm still able to pursue them and accomplish them, you know, because I continuously choose to vibrate higher versus lower. And so by me doing that, it doesn't affect anything. They teach you that in the Kybalion, which is a study guide to the Hermetic philosophy, you know, but they have it in there, of course. So they kind of like teach you how to like polarize your mindset to like a certain level, and you can actually keep yourself at that level to where anything else can't really break you down from that level or bring you down, you know. It does nothing to you because you're choosing to vibrate at a higher level, if that makes sense. Another thing with that though, that I've learned, you know, I practice it a lot, so I apply it to my life like every day to see how it works, and it works, you know. And they also mentioned that on the Emerald Tablets too, as far as the poles. So the first time I heard about balancing out your poles was through the Emerald Tablets. They talked about it, and then I heard it through the Kybalion, which is the Hermetic philosophy study guide as well. But the first time I heard it was through the Emerald Tablets, and they're all connected, of course. That's what I came to learn. And so when I stumbled upon the Kybalion, it made sense because I've already studied it through the Emerald Tablets too. So I kind of knew what they were talking about. So I mean, it works though, it really does. And that's why I meditate a lot. And I'm not even gonna lie, sometimes when I meditate, like I have so much energy within myself, like by me being still and meditating and stuff. Sometimes I feel like I want to crawl out my body and go fly, you know, because it's like you have to sit with yourself, you know, and it's not easy for everybody to sit with themselves, you know, and just be still. So but it's a good practice and to do certain things like that, because every time I'm done meditating, I either find more insight about myself, or I find the answers I'm looking for, or I'm just vibrate higher, you know, as far as like my energy levels. So I think it's good to meditate. But as I mentioned before, though, they did mention the poles within emerald tablets too. I heard it first through emerald tablets, and I know they're talking about, or he's talking about having your poles balanced, right? And so once all your poles are balanced, like your mind, body, and soul, everything's balanced, right? They're saying like it's harder for like I said earlier, it's harder for negativity to reach you. It's harder for other people's opinions to harm you or affect your goals or whatever you're pursuing, right? Or just your confidence in general. They can't mess with that, right? Because your poles are balanced. But the way to actually balance your poles, the easiest way is by meditating and going within and finding being one with yourself, pretty much. And they mention in the emerald tablets that like whenever you are in a balanced equilibrium, which is like everything being balanced within your body, your mind, body, and soul, right? When everything's balanced and you polarize yourself to a different level, a certain level of polarization that you choose. Like with me, for example, I choose to polarize on a higher vibration. And so, as I mentioned before, no negativity really affects me, right? So they mention when you have all your poles balanced, you know, it's harder for negativity to affect you, right? Or yeah, and then he mentions like it's harder for you to get into accidents or have certain things happen to you that will hurt you, right? Because your poles are all balanced. So if you have a balanced equilibrium, it's hard for negativity to affect you. And accidents too. So I've noticed I haven't even been in any accidents like ever. Like my whole life. I don't think I've ever had an accident. Or like a serious one, you know, like I know people are like praying on me to have accidents and stuff like that, but it never happened because I'm balanced, I believe. And they teach you that in emerald tablets, that a lot of even death and stuff like won't touch you because your poles are balanced. And I've heard through the grapevine, I've had death you know, wished upon me a lot, and all kinds of negativity, but it never really touched me because I meditate a lot and I keep my poles balanced as much as possible. You know, and so a lot of those things don't touch me because of my balanced equilibrium. So they teach that in the emerald tablets, how to live longer and like have immunity, pretty much. And I practice it a lot, like every day, and it works for me. I don't have to do magic or anything like that to get what I want or anything, right? To protect me. It's just, I just choose to vibrate higher on a higher level, so high that negativity can't really touch me. And they teach you this in the emerald tablets, but you just have to be like at a certain mental state to be able to understand it, you know, or in practice too. You know, I have to practice, of course. Because there's times where like people would say certain things, I'd be like, oh, I want to choke you right now, you know, or like I want to like I wanted to like say certain things back to certain people that would bully me and do certain things like that, especially online, you know. But I would just like ignore it and keep it pushing, you know, and act like it never happened. But by me doing that, it's like they get confused and they're like, why isn't she responding the way that we thought she was going to respond? But the reason why is because I'm not on that level. I'm not vibrating that low. If I was vibrating low like they are, then I would have did something like that, like they would have done to me, you know. But because I chose not to vibrate low, I just ignore it and keep working on myself, you know, so it doesn't really affect me. But once you learn how to do that, as far as balancing your mind, body, and soul, and kind of balancing your life out, keeping everything balanced, it ends up balancing everything else out, and to where nothing can really touch you or affect you. But they teach this in the Emerald Tablets, of course, in the Kybalion. The Kybalion is a hermetic, ancient hermetic philosophy study guide, and they teach a lot of stuff in there. You know, and how like everyone has like, of course, the male and female aspect to them, you know, but it's good to balance both of them out so you can be equal or have that oneness with yourself, you know. But that's another way of balancing everything out. You know, there's a lot to it. I'm just giving you guys a gist of how I was able to overcome a lot. And so I've heard meditation is bad for you, you know, by people that are actually sending me negative energy. They think meditation's bad, but to be honest with you, it's done nothing but help me with everything a lot. So I have no issue with meditation, like at all. It balances out everything in my life, and it just helps me be able to find solace within the face of adversity, you know. So a lot of times if I have like some crazy things going on, I'm still able to stay balanced and like act like it's not even affecting me, because it's not. Because I'm balanced. So it's good to try to be balanced or work towards it. You know, it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy, but of course practice makes everything better. Practice makes perfect. But so I mean, it's not like an overnight thing. You got to work on it, right? But the more that you work towards it, the easier it becomes. The more that you understand it, and the more that you apply it to your life, the more that your life will be free of adversity or anything like negativity or just crazy stuff that shouldn't be there. So that's how I was able to come a lot of stuff, you know, along with self-love. But I believe when you balance things out in your life and have that balance and become one with yourself, it just eliminates all the naysayers and the trolls. You know, I don't listen to trolls. I don't let them get to me. Because in the end of the day, they're not perfect neither. So it's like, why are you hating on me? You know, work on yourself. Because, I mean, no one's perfect anyway. So it's like, why even listen to them when they're not perfect? You know, why change your body? Why do all this stuff for people that are not perfect, that are just trying to bring you down? You know, maybe they're jealous, you know? So I don't stress about what trolls say about me, literally. I don't change myself for them or anything, because at the end of the day, they're not perfect neither, you know? So I ain't about to change myself for them because of what they feel or how they feel. or their little opinions, you know. I just vibe with people on my level and keep it pushing. Pretty much. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to come say hi to you guys and wish you guys a good Monday and all that good stuff. So I'm about to go vibe out and do me, and so yeah, I love you guys and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.